For those of you out in the land of Facebook, if you can hear me, if you would put a comment in the comment section, your thumbs up or yep, you can hear me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the October storm forecast. My name is Brad Bergstrom, and I'm lucky enough to be the superintendent here at Sauk Rapids-Rice Public Schools, and I want to welcome all of you that are joining me live tonight for, again, this October edition of Storm Forecast. For those of you that have been with me before in the past, welcome back. Glad that you're here. For those of you that are new, welcome. Glad to have you here. How this format works is it's an opportunity for me to share some things in terms of what's going on in the community, but also for you to be able to ask me questions, and then I try to answer them. If by chance there's a question that I cannot answer, I will get that answer later on, and then at the next storm forecast, I'll be sure and share that information with you. One of the things that I remind everybody of is that this is a school-sponsored event, and some of the things that I share, sometimes people don't necessarily care for them or appreciate them, and that's okay. This is a school format, so please keep the comments for someplace else. This again is an opportunity for people to ask questions, and I've got two amazing people here with me again tonight that what they'll do is, if you have a question for me, put it into the comments section. They will then put it on a post-it, and I will then grab that post-it and try to answer the question. So again, welcome to everybody tonight as we get ready to start with this month's edition of Storm Forecast. I'll pause here just for a moment. Okay. All right. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section, and I'll try to answer them for you as best I possibly can. In the meantime, I got a couple of things that I want to make sure that I'm sharing with everybody, and I'm going to start with something that is really a big deal from my perspective. At the previous board meeting, Jan Solars, who has been on the board for 27 years, announced her retirement, and we're going to be honoring Jan and recognizing her for not only her 27 years on the board, but for her 39 years of being involved with Sauk Rapids-Rice Public Schools, either through the PTA and other organizations and work that she's done. We're going to be doing this at our next board meeting, which will be on Tuesday, October 10th. Now, a couple of interesting things to remember with this one. First of all, it is on Tuesday. We generally have our meetings on Monday, but the 9th of October is Indigenous Peoples Day, and we cannot have a meeting or a school business being conducted on a federal holiday, so it will be moved to Tuesday, October 10th. The other thing to remember with this is that prior to the pandemic, once a year we used to go and do a board meeting out in Rice, and what a better way to recognize Jan for all of her contributions than to do that at Rice. And so the board meeting, which was scheduled to be there, so the timing for this worked out pretty good, will be taking place at Rice, and that will still be at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, October 10th. And we'll have the board meeting starting at 6 o'clock. And then when we're done with the board meeting, then we're going to move over into the cafeteria area at Rice Elementary School, and we're going to recognize Jan and honor her and thank her for her years of service to the district. So again, we're going to be having an open house and a board meeting same night, Tuesday, October 10th, out at Rice Elementary. The board meeting will start at 6 o'clock. As soon as the board meeting is over, we're anticipating between 6:30 and 6:45. We'll move over to the cafeteria where we'll be able to mingle and congratulate Jan on her amazing career, and not only as a board member, but as her work with Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools going back 39 years. It will be a great night to honor Jan. It will also be bittersweet with her retirement, but at the end of the day, we're wishing her the very best. And again, recognizing her for all of her many years of service and her great contributions. We will not be streaming the board meeting that night, as it will be in Rice, and we don't have the capacity to do that with the system that we have here in the boardroom. In fact, this is where I am presenting and doing storm forecast each month is in the boardroom. So it will not be streamed on October 10th. But again, Tuesday, October 10th, 6 o'clock is the board meeting, followed by an open house and recognition for Jan, probably starting around 6:45 at the latest, and we'll be doing that in the cafeteria at Rice Elementary School. Not seeing any questions at this time. So the next item that I want to spend a little time talking about and sharing some information with you has to do with the school resource officer. Starting in late August, there was a lot of questions that were being raised around the state of Minnesota with regards to having SROs back in school buildings based upon legislation that was passed during the last legislative session, or an amendment to a law that caused some concerns for the well-being of school resource officers. And through this, they had lots and lots of conversations. We in Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools, we have an SRO, or school resource contract, with the city of Sauk Rapids. And then at Rice, while we do not have an official contract, we have a great relationship with the police department up there, and Ross is available whenever we need him, and we so appreciate his commitment to making sure that Rice Elementary is a safe place for all to be, and when there are questions or concerns, he's certainly there to help us. But in Sauk Rapids, we have a contract and had lots of great conversations with the city members of the city council and the mayor. And while we didn't always agree in terms of how things should be, what I greatly appreciated is two things. Number one is we kept the school resource officer in the building, in our buildings here, and particularly centered out of the high school, but also spends time at the middle school and some of our elementary buildings. And I also appreciated the continuing dialogue. The partnership between the school district and the city of Sauk Rapids continues to grow and flourish. And even when there are times in which there's questions and there might be differing viewpoints, we continue to have those wonderful conversations. And I am grateful to the city council for their work. I am grateful to the chief of police for his work with this, and also to the Sauk Rapids Police Department. I'm especially grateful to our school resource officer. Officer Galvin is an integral part of our team that we call the Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools, and we were happy and are continue to be happy that he is here building those relationships with our students and our staff. The one thing that I do want to talk a little bit about in regards to this is not really having much to do with our relationship with the city, which is strong and continues to be in a good position. Same thing with the police department, etc. It's really around the purpose of the school resource officer. And I think through this conversation on a statewide stage, there was a lot of concern about school resource officers and having to use some sort of a physical restraint with the student. And that is really one of the last things we want to see happen, and is not the purpose of a school resource officer from my perspective. That school resource officer is there to build positive relationships with students and with our staff, and also to come in and talk with kids, whether it be about issues that are happening out in our community that maybe we want kids to stay away from, concerns that we might have with some of the illegal substances that are out there. It's really about a proactive approach to building relationships, and then while you're doing that, you're also helping people to feel safe. And we have really benefited from the SRO program and continue to with Officer Galvin. And I didn't want that to get lost in all the conversations around the legislature and the changing of the bill and the conversations that were happening, which eventually have led to that the Attorney General penned an opinion that it seems like SROs are coming back into buildings now across the state, and then they'll be asking the legislature to address that amended law and see if we can't make some changes with that to alleviate the potential risk that school resource officers may find themselves in. But again, at the end of the day, it's really about, and what I'm grateful for is really the proactive component of having a school resource officer in conjunction with helping people to feel safer and in buildings. And Officer Galvin and previous SROs have certainly played a big role in ensuring that has happened. So special thank you again to the City of Sauk Rapids, the City of Sauk Rapids Police Department, the Chief of Police, and all who were involved in the multitude of conversations that happened through the beginning part of the school year. And we are happy that Officer Galvin continues to be a part of our Sauk Rapids Rice family. Looking over there, still not seeing any questions yet. So the next item that I want to spend a little time talking about is you may have seen on social media a few weeks ago where there was some pictures of the football team that was shared picking up the bleachers afterwards. And last month had a guest speaker, and it was our activities director, Philip Klophocky, and he talked about how it's not just something that started the other day. It was not just something with the football team. It's something we've been doing for a couple of years now, and it also involves other groups. Well, one of the great things about social media can be that you get a lot of positive attention, and it did get the attention of Prep Sports Director Randy Shaver from Care 11, and they came and they did a story on the great things that our kids are doing. And not only is it now that we've got our activities and the players who after the games are over are going and help picking up things in the bleachers, whether it be the volleyball team, whether it was the soccer team, whether it was a cross-country team or the football team, and other activities as well. Now, at the football game on Friday night, on Saturday afternoon, because we started to play Friday, got stopped because of the weather. On Saturday, before the football team could come up and do their cleaning, the fans had cleaned up the bleachers. And so thank you to all who are a part of this process of really talking about, it's more than about wins and losses, it's more than about the activities. We are creating a culture, we are creating young adults that are learning how to do the right thing and then not asking for anything in return, just doing the right thing. So Mr. Shaver come and did this story, and it was on Prep's Preview today, which is on YouTube. I think if you do a search for Prep Preview and Randy Shaver, you might get a chance to see that. It's about a 30-minute long program, and about in the middle of it, you'll see the story on Sauk Rapids Rice. And then it will also be on Prep Sports Extra on Friday, October 6th. So again, our kids and our coaches and our teachers and paras and everybody who works in the district, we do a lot of amazing things every day to help teach our kids how to do the right thing and to do it because it is the right thing to do, and those life lessons moving well beyond what the math lesson is or wins and losses in an activity. Very proud of our kids and our staff, and just want to let you know that the Prep Preview with Randy Shaver is on YouTube. It came out today, and then it will be on Prep Sports Extra, Care 11 on Friday, October 6th. I'm not Not seeing any, oh, I got one question that might be coming here, so I will just, as I'm waiting for that question to be written, just a gentle reminder, upcoming events here, that on Thursday, October 19th and Friday, October 20th, there will be no school. That is the traditional MEA break. I myself will be up on Lake of the Woods chasing walleyes. So again, a reminder, no school for students and staff Thursday, October 19th and Friday, October 20th. Let me go grab that question. The first question here is it true that Rice Elementary doesn't have a backup generator? And the answer to that question is that is correct. We have a number of our buildings that do not have backup generators. Some do. Pleasant View, for example, does have a backup generator, but not all of our buildings do. And I think that was, it's important that, that we understand that comes into play when we lose power. And on Monday, we did lose power for about a little over an hour. I think our staff handled that exceptionally well with regards to helping students deal with when the power is out. We tried to keep things going as normally as we possibly could, and I think our staff did an amazing job. Food service people cooked hamburgers at the high school, and as we were bringing the hamburgers out, the power came back on again around 10:30, and so they cooked the French fries out there, so the kids had hamburgers and French fries. Maybe making a little lemonade out of lemons with that. But it is true that not only is Rice, but we have only a few of our buildings that do have backup generators. Staying with the theme then of upcoming events, tis the season of conferences, and so I just want to go through and share dates and times based upon high school, middle school, and our elementary schools. So conferences for the high school will be Wednesday, October 11th, and that will be from 4 until 8, and then also on Monday, October 16th, from 4 until 8 as well. For the middle school, they will be on Thursday, October 26th, from 4 to 8, and then Wednesday, November 1st, from 4 until 8. And then at the elementary schools, we have Thursday, October 12th, from 3:30 to 7:30, and then on Tuesday, October 17th, from 3:30 to 7:30. So again, 'tis the season of conferences. We'll start with the high school, October 11th and October 16th, from 4 to 8. Let's jump to the middle school, and that will be October 26th and November 1st, from 4 until 8. And then at the elementary schools, it's the 12th and the 17th of October, and those are from 3:30 until 7:30. Still not seeing any questions. So I am going to move to an item that I want to talk a little bit about, and it's called Safe Routes to School. So one of the things that Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools has been a part of for a number of years is in the planning and the development of safe routes to school. There is, for example, where the high school is at, there is a path that, blacktop path that runs on the east side of Mayhew Lake Road that connects up with Osaka, which eventually then leads to the sidewalk, which can lead to the high school. And that came as a result of planning for over a period of years with safe routes to school. And so there's another round of safe routes to school planning that is taking place. And so we've had some people that have been at our buildings and around the city of Sauk Rapids. We also have safe routes to school out at Rice, and the city has worked with the county on that, and we've gotten some really good traction with that as well. But I sometimes get asked, what is safe routes to school? So Minnesota Safe Routes to Schools is a statewide effort to make a safe, convenient, and fun for all youth to walk, bike, and roll to school and in daily life. So it's really trying to encourage students to bike, to walk to school, but we want to provide a safe path or a safe traveling for them to get there. There is research out there that does support and corroborate the idea that when children ride their bikes or walk to school, it does some things with them physiologically that certainly does help with their learning, and it's an easy way for students to get exercise, stay healthy, and a arrive at school ready to learn. So the St. Cloud Area Planning Organization has been awarded a planning assistance from the Minnesota Department of Transportation to, again, look at where we've been at with our safe routes to school and then develop that next phase. So it's not going to say that things are going to happen in the next 6 months and we're going to have all these safe routes, but it's actually a period of years, and they're in the planning phase right now. And the plan will be developed throughout the 23-24 school year, and we're really focusing on Pleasant View Elementary, Mississippi Heights, and the middle school. And if you are familiar at all with Mississippi Heights, there is really not a safe way for kids to be able to bike to school. And so that's what part of this planning is about, is the development of the safe routes to school. And the reason why I make mention of it is an opportunity for community members and families and students to get involved with this process. So the 3 schools, again, Pleasant View, Mississippi Heights, and the middle school will be asking for feedback, and you can learn, you can also, and so there's an online survey and a map that is available for you. So if you are interested in learning about the benefits of walking and biking, participating in educational opportunities, or any of those things, you can go to the webpage, which is MN Safe Routes Planning. It's MN Safe Routes Planning, all one word, all small case, .org, Sauk Rapids English, and with a backslash, and you will be able to get that. So again, Safe Routes to School, a great opportunity to provide some exercise and get our kids prepped and ready for learning at the start of the school day, but to be able to get here in a safe manner. Looks like I've got another question here. So this question is, does the high school have a winter formal? And if so, when is it? I do not know, but I can certainly, one of the things that I do here is I have my phone here, and also the 2 amazing people that are here with me, they're checking with high school administration to see where that's at. I don't know the answer to that. And if before we sign off we get that information, I will be sure to let you know. So we'll find out if there is one, and if so, when that is, because I do not know the answer to that question. All right, I have gotten through the items that I want to make sure that I needed to get through. I'm looking to see if we have any other questions. And in the meantime, I think that since there's no more questions and I've shared the information that I want to get through, I think that it will be time for this session of storm forecast to be done. Again, I want to thank those who came here today and to listen and ask some of the questions. For the person that asked the question about the formal, we will get that information and we'll share it with you at the next meeting and let you know when that's going to be, if there is one, and when it's going to be. In the meantime, have a great rest of your evening. Take care and go Storm.